and I can be pushed around. Time for our Sunday conversation. You know, the most important position in football is the backup quarterback. The most important position for the Suns is maybe who backs up Chris Paul. Call Cameron Payne the backup point guard, and he'll smile. It's a role he's proud of. And in his words, that's my job. And it's all because he finally accomplished his NBA goal.
After that Spurs game, on the fly back home, I got home, seen my girl, and I was just like, it's done. Like that first year, like that weight is off my back, being healthy and completing a full season.
Cameron Payne is no stranger to the NBA, no stranger to the playoffs, but he felt like one at times until the end of this season.
I always question myself, like last year, like, man, maybe I ain't good enough. Maybe I shouldn't be in the league. Like, I felt like I earned everything no one was given, like being a lottery pick, whatever, blah, blah. That's old news. Like, it's a whole new draft for me. It feel like when the Suns picked me up, I feel like it was day one all over again.
Cam has earned his role as the Suns' backup point guard. Since joining them in the bubble last season, he's averaged career highs across the stat sheet. Not bad for someone who didn't have a job this time last year.
Sometimes it's hard to prepare when you have no, like, it ain't no road, you know? Sometimes you just put a mask on and just do it blindly and in hopes for, you know, we get this opportunity. I ended up getting that call, and I was ready. I was prepared.
Cam stays ready, but that comes with the territory when you're backing up one of the best to ever play.
We do our handshake, and he'd be like, talk to me. Cool. First time out, first question I ask him every game, what you see out there? He gonna break it down. That's what makes CP. Like, he gonna break it down to you. So when I come out there, it's like, oh, okay, he told me this. All right, I know how to get him involved. I know, you know, it's just the extra part of the game. It's the mental part.
Learning from Chris Paul is one thing, but it's head coach Monty Williams that stays on Cam to play at a CP3 level.
He gets on me about point guard stuff a lot. And I kind of, like, at first I was like, man, he's on me. Like he on me on this, he on me on that. But from the outside, the bigger picture is like, man, he's just teaching me. Coach Muncy always say, like, be yourself. And like that is the utmost confidence you can get from one of your coaches to say, be yourself. So that means, like, all right, go out there and play like you know how to play and do your thing. And then we gonna live with it.
Where's Monty?
After I made that shot, he hit me hard. And it was a joke with the team. I was like, man, coach hit me hard. Y'all seen how hype he was? When he did that, it was like a sign of appreciation from him. Like, that's what I'm talking about, way to help us out. And I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, it gives me confidence. Gives me confidence to have a coach, you know what I'm saying, show you love.
Anyway, it's time for our Sunday conversation one-on-one with Mr. Salsa Dance himself, Jay Crowder. He's been one of the most important pieces to this finals run so far. A former JUCO national champion turned second-round pick. You know, he's been around the league quite a bit, but he calls the stop here in Phoenix one of the best of his career, helping turn the Suns back into title contenders. Or as Jay put it, man, don't I look like a genius?
The Suns are going to the NBA Finals.
You playing for what you started the season for. I mean, I'm grateful. This orange basketball has took me around the world and back. I'm able to make it my job, and that's probably one of my biggest accomplishments in my life. Just making my dream job come true. Different schools, different teams in the NBA, different schools in college. Any dream can come true. I'm a firm believer of it. You look at my life, you look at my background, you can tell that I dreamed and I believed in it. If you're a dreamer, just keep dreaming and keep working.
When you look at this Bucks team, what do you see? You had a lot of success against them in Miami last year in the semifinals. I mean, what do you see on tape now a year later?
I mean, obviously those guys are more prepared. They have added Drew Holiday, which is a great piece for them. He does a great job of just providing offensive spark and defensive spark for him. I added PJ Tucker with some veteran leadership. Just a more rounded team than last year. I feel like it's going to be probably the hardest 4 wins we ever had to come across this postseason. We do everything together. We get stops together. We score together. We're a tough team to beat. We respond the right way, and that's what I'm most proud about this group. Every time we had a setback or a letdown, we respond the right way, and that's a sign of a championship team.
Jay, I want to ask you about your family real quick. We ran into your group outside the Staples Center.
Real deal, I told you.
Is that his skateboard jersey? Oh,
Show that thing off!
The guy you saw with my jersey, he's the guy that opened the YMCA back when I was a kid, who I just wanted to be in the gym all the time. He's the guy that opened the gym. So seeing him in the crowd, not even talking to him buying his own tickets to Game 6 in L.A., we're all the way from Georgia. It was great.
I just told my wife we're finna blow up Facebook tonight.
My family do a great job of just supporting me, and I think I wouldn't be here today without their support. Obviously, I lost my mom 3 years ago, going on 4 years now. My family's my backbone. They help me.
How much do you think about her in this finals run, getting to play for a championship again?
Yeah, when I get to this point, she would be happy for me, but she would be pushing me for these 4 more wins more than anything. That's the voice. That's the message I get from her.
How excited is your daughter for you?
Ooh, so funny story, quick story. My daughter has a cell phone. She's 7. That might be a bad idea. She's spoiled. Obviously, she's a queen. It's my only child. She gets whatever she wants. So she has a cell phone. She has friends. They went in her phone and got my phone number. They know who her dad is now. So I'm getting these calls from these 8, 9-year-old kids telling me how much they support me and love me. And it's just like, I got to have a talk with my daughter soon. I got to have a talk with her. But that just shows how much she's happy that I'm a father. She knows what I do. She knows what I do.
What are they saying to you? Hey, Mr. Crowder, I just want to tell you.
Mr. Crowder, I'm your favorite. I'm Jada's best friend. We love you. We watched you last night. Stuff like that. Just I don't want to block. I don't want to be rude. I'm still that's my daughter, but I just got to have a talk with her.
Feel great. We're going to bring it home.
That's as dad as it gets, right? Being in the NBA, huh?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm embracing it, though. I'm loving it.
You want to hit some salsa for everybody right now? Give us a preview of what happens.
First of all, I told you guys, everybody, I'm not salsing again until we get this thing done. Once we get these 4 wins, I'm a salsa. Every time someone asks me, I'm a salsa. So I cannot do that right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going to need some Boss Man apparel after this. 4 more.
Right after we get these 4 wins, I'm going to drop it for everyone to get. Thank you.
Jay, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Mr. Crowder, I'm your favorite.
Yeah, exactly. My one big thing when it comes to this matchup is just how evenly. Welcome back to 12 Sports Tonight. Torrey Craig is getting a ring, regardless of who wins.
Do you even entertain the idea of a ring with either team?
I'm trying to get a ring with this team. That's all my focus is on, getting a ring with this team.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Torrey Craig played for 2 teams this season. Both are in the NBA Finals. Just another chapter in what's been a wild basketball journey, from undrafted to Australia to the G League to the playoffs with Denver to the Bucks to helping the Suns sweep his old team, then, of course, locking down Paul George in a closeout game. Nothing has ever come easy, but Craig has always stayed ready.
I came from Milwaukee where it was cold. So when I came here and got in the sun, it was like a fresh start. I had to change my whole wardrobe.
New wardrobe here in Arizona, same Torrey Craig.
Man, we call him Big Country, straight out of South Carolina.
Big Country, that's Big C for sure.
Big Country's emergence in Phoenix is all about being in the right place, right time, right opportunity.
We value what he brings to the table. We would be in a different place if we didn't have Torrey.
He's made an impact since the moment he arrived from a midseason trade with the Bucks.
He had no choice. I mean, we just threw him out there. He didn't know many plays. I think as soon as he got here, we just said, go swim.
I feel like I'm the type of guy that can fit in everywhere, though. It's just all about opportunity.
It was the right spot for Torrey. We needed him, and he needed us.
Playing in the NBA was always the dream, even growing up in rural South Carolina.
I still think about it. Sometimes I wonder, like, how did I end up here? Like, it still feels surreal at times, but I try to not take it for granted, and, like, live in the moment, try to enjoy it as much as I can.
Craig's mother went to jail when he was 5. His dad was not part of his life. His grandma primarily raised him till she passed away when Torrey was in the 8th grade. That's when his sister Sasha stepped in.
She pretty much kept me on the right path through childhood. Growing up with no parents, she was my legal guardian at the time, especially with basketball and in school. She made it known that school was going to be essential for me, and it was.
She was the one on you, like, hey, you can go play basketball, but you better get this homework. Like, you remember those conversations, don't you?
And I wasn't trying to hear it either, but she was right the whole time. And a lot of things she told me at a young age, I didn't start understanding or realizing it until I got older.
A sister's care, advice, and tough love is exactly what Torrey needed.
And she taught me how to budget money, because in college, I used to get my little Pell Grant checks, and as soon as we got it, I would just run through it. 2 weeks into the month, don't have no money to get food or groceries. She taught me the importance of budgeting your money. Once I got older, like now I'm teaching my son and my nieces and people in my family because they're doing the same thing that I used to do. So I tell her thank you all the time, especially for keeping me engaged in school. So I finished school with I graduated high school with a 2.7, graduated college with a 3.2. So she always made sure that I was on top of my grades.
On top of his grades, on top of the rim.
Here comes Payne. Hold on for Payne.
There is not a single guy on this team that you are not rooting for individually, Corey included. All right, here's a look back at the celebration inside Staples Center on Wednesday night after the Suns won the West. This trophy presentation nearly